Hey everybody, this is Tatianna Tarot. Another energy forecast is in store for you. Thank you for being so patient because these past couple of days and weeks have been a little hectic. I've been moving around, doing events, and anytime we get to meet up is the right time. Anytime is the divine time. So I haven't been pressed to make these videos, but now we can get back into the flow of things. Now things are much more grounded, stable, and centered. I'm going to be pulling a card for Monday and Tuesday, for today and tomorrow. And this is just the tarot energy forecast for this whole week, for the March 28th to April 3rd, I believe. And so I like to pull out one card for 2 days, like Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and another card for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, signifying what's going to happen energetically for those days. And if there's any information that Spirit wants us to be relayed through me to you in regards to this week and what's in store, you're gonna find that out right here. So everybody just buckle up and take a couple of deep breaths while I channel Spirit. For the highest good of all involved, we are all interested in knowing what energies are in store for us this Monday and Tuesday, the 28th and the 29th of March. What is it that we most need to know? And anything that we actually do need to know, anything that should be brought up to our attention, may be presented to us through this card in clarity and clear information and guidance. Excuse me. So March 28th and March 29th. What does Spirit want us to know for today and tomorrow? This is exciting because normally it doesn't take me this long to start shuffling, but I feel like something's bubbling up. Like the doors have been open, or we're now able to go through things easily. We're able to confront and not feel fearful or small. Okay, so for March 28th and March 29th, and I am stopping here. Bam. Awesome. The Ace of Cups, and I was just saying we'll be able to go through the doors that have been opened for us. And this card is all about fluidity, okay? It deals with the element of water. I don't even know if you can really see it because there's so much light behind me that it may be blocking it. Anyway, but it deals with the element of water. And what does water do? Water conforms to whatever it's flowing through. It accepts the present reality and it makes it work for itself. And so water, it's very receptive. It's a very receptive element, okay? It doesn't really resist what is occurring. It just kind of goes with the flow, seeking harmony, seeking understanding, seeking balance. And so the Ace of Cups is very the energy, it signifies a lot of abundance, okay? Thus the cup that is overflowing. The purity of the dove represents elevation in our consciousness, rising above the darker forces, rising above anything that makes us feel weighed down, gets us into our insecurities, our doubts, our demons, our personal demons. Anything that may be on our mind, plaguing us with worry, with fear, with anxiety. You have to rise above it because essentially it's all an illusion. And so the Ace of Cups brings to enlightenment these things that are going on that are suppressing us or oppressing us in some way, suppressing our spirit, that being said. And so the Ace of Cups can also mean an abundance of love, not only for yourself, but maybe an appreciation for the circumstances that are happening in your life. They may not even be so positive, but you have such a love and appreciation for these things because they're letting you grow. They're letting you rise above the ashes, and they're letting you become more like water, a very receptive conduit for information, for spirit information, for psychic information, for your intuition, allowing yourself to really trust your full power and your heart, and knowing what resides well for you and what doesn't. So seeking balance within that duality. This can mean a lot of romantic situations are popping up for you, okay? So yes, it's a big self-love theme, but we can't exclude the fact that self-love also lends for love in other areas. So you may be feeling because you're feeling yourself a little bit more. You may be feeling and receiving a lot of praise, a lot of appreciation, a lot of help from other people. Maybe you've been asking for things from the universe, and now is a time where the doors, like I said, have been open, so everything is flowing to you easily. The Ace of Cups is all about trusting in the divine timing of things. Also trusting in your personal rhythm, trusting in the rhythm of the universe, knowing that where you are is where you need to be, and where you are going is where you need to go, and having faith in your decisions, having faith in your wisdom and your insight and your choices, and just going ahead and stepping into the fire, knowing that you will be very accountable and responsible for whatever it is that transpires. You'll know how to respond appropriately, in accordance to your own needs. So this is really exciting because you can be meeting new people. You can be going to new circumstances, new environments that really awaken a sense of wholeness and appreciation in yourself. Maybe you'll be learning things that gives you information about who you are now or who you're becoming, shedding anything that's holding you back, shedding baggage, shedding any weights, shedding any limitation and oppression. Again, the Ace of Swords is about the cup that is rising. And so that being said, I mean, that lends to other things to rise with you. So whatever is not working out for you in your life is going to shatter and crumble. But you also have to be the open vessel to allow the water, the divine light and spirit to flow through you, to use you as part of the divine, to work through you for your highest good. So that's what's in store for you. Pay attention to the signs around you. Pay attention to the people that you meet and the information that they bring to you. Nothing's a coincidence. Ask the right questions. Be open to any guidance that may be brought forth for your own benefits, and don't be hesitant to become a guiding light and a guiding force for other people as well, because that is just going to come back to you. You know, it's karmic. It's all circular energy. Energy is repetitive and it's always recycled. So all that is going to come back to you if you decide to project it in the right way. Whatever it is that you are projecting will, you know, be returned to you as a result. So just be mindful of that. We're gonna pull out one more card for Wednesday and Thursday. Being the 30th and the 31st of March. One just jumped out, but I'm not even certain what that is because I just kept on shuffling. So let's see. Spirit, let us know what is going on for March 30th and March 31st. Any information that we most need to know for our personal guidance and clarity and our spirits to rise above the ashes. So what is it that we most need to know for these 2 days? Bam. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. She is really, really dope character. The Queen of Pentacles is all about earth-based energy. Really making those thoughts and those ideas in that vision into something tangible, into something real, into something you can touch on this 3D level, this 3D plane. The Queen of Pentacles is about investments, okay? She's about nourishing herself with that earth space energy. Any practices that can ground you now, if you're feeling very jittery, if you're feeling very action oriented, which is a lot of fire energy that we just received from our sun being in Aries now. So you might want to be really gung-ho about your goals and your dreams. You might just want to go forward and just tackle everything at once. The Queen of Pentacles is saying, yes, you're kind of on the right path by doing what you're responsible for, doing and taking charge of your dreams and of your ideas and of your intentions. But also there's a side to that, which means you need to settle down, you need to center, you need to ground yourself so that you don't overburn yourself from all that action. And also so that you focus on the things that are really going to nourish you, that are really going to provide a sense of growth, a sense of stability, a sense of groundedness, a sense of being whole and of the earth. So the Queen of Pentacles is also dealing with finances. And this is a phenomenal card indicating that you may have some finances on its way to you. Now, there seems to be an unlimited source of abundance that's making its way to you. It may not be, however, in the way that you want it to come. So we may need money for X, Y, and Z. And so we're asking the universe for more financial prosperity, but you're thinking that it's really going to come in the form of a check or cash, where it can be coming in the form of a book. Maybe some sort of information from a book that you stumble upon is exactly what you need to hear, exactly what you need to fit into your consciousness that will help you shift into that sort of awareness of your financial state. It'll help you shift into a broader, more receptive state of being so that you can be open up to all this abundance and you can receive it without resisting it in some way. So that, you're asking the universe for these things, but it's also important that you be mindful of what you ask for and you be open and very mindful and aware of what is coming into your energy field in accordance to what you asked for. So the Queen of Pentacles is very vigilant, okay? This is her kingdom, all right? So she doesn't want anybody messing up her flow. She doesn't want anybody from a lower vibration to come in and knock her off her hustle, because she's all about building more, sustaining nourishment, sustaining the growth, and feeding her people around her, making sure that their spirits are balanced, are whole, are being seen, are healthy, are thriving. This is consistent growth. So this may mean that you're involved in some project that you can see maybe was starting off at a certain level, but is starting to grow much more in advance. And so this is a great thing for you. It kind of gives you that affirmation and consistent motivation to keep on doing what you need to do. Be it a blog, be it a new hobby, be it a yoga practice, cooking, a relationship, needing to consistently build in this relationship. And maybe you were stuck once, but here we have the Ace of Cups flowing in. Diving in deeper into your intuition, bringing out the vulnerability, bringing out your rawness, and enabling you to really feel comfortable with that, to feel at home with that, to feel grounded with who you are as an energetic being, and to be very truthful with all this water energy that you contain inside of yourself. So, there is definitely a project that's surrounding you, or some sort of a hobby that can be made into further abundance, like more finances can be seen out of this. So maybe you have an idea lingering on in your head that's just like consistently something that you think about. It's always flowing into you. You need to take action on it. Now is the time. Chances are that this idea is really great for you to make money or to establish yourself anew with, to rebirth yourself. It really invigorates your creativity faculties, your creative faculties. It rejuvenates your sense of intuition, your sense of wisdom, and being really mindful and in tune with your own creative capabilities, with your sensibilities. So this is a little combination of the two, which is really interesting. I'll be really intrigued to hear what stories are going on in your lives in regards to these two cards. But also, let's check out what's going on for the weekend and see how we can tie it all in. So for the highest good of all involved, I want to know for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd of April, what is in store for us? What is in store in the beginning of next month? What can we expect? Ooh, here we go. Bam. This is awesome, okay? We've got a really great spread this week, and it looks like we're going into April much more comfortable with who we are, much more in tune and in charge with our destinies, really in alignment with our emotional faculties, not allowing our emotions to take control of us, but really just being really practical and logical, but at the same time leading with our hearts. So being like, is this rational for me to think like this or to feel like this? Or is this right for me? Is this in my highest good? Is this in my highest favor? If I loved myself this moment, what would I be doing right now? So we're getting the Two of Cups for our first week or first couple of days into April, okay, not the first week, but the first couple of days. So, you know, the first, the second, and third. And the Two of Cups is a phenomenal card. You can see two figures here in like a new romance or a new blooming of a romance or a new intimacy unfolding, because they really get to know themselves on a personal, intimate level. And when you know yourself really, como se dice, if you really, I'm trying not to use the word intimate so many times, but if you know yourself very deeply, if you know yourself wholefully, and you're not neglecting or suppressing any shadow side, you know your weaknesses, and you know your strengths, you know your dark side, and you know your light side. This makes you more, this makes you this makes you have like an ability to connect with people more profoundly, because you understand where they're coming from, and you're not afraid of reaching and touching them with that sort of level, that sort of depthness. So the Two of Cups means you're really taking a plunge and getting to know yourself in and out. But this is also manifested in other relationships. You may see a profound growth in a lot of your relationships, or a need to extend yourself further in other relationships and to relate to other people so you can best understand yourself. The Two of Cups is harmony, it's understanding, it's compassion, it's emotional vulnerability, but a willingness to have others fill your cup, and also to have your cup filled, for you to fill others' cups and to have your cup filled by others as well. So it's reciprocity. It's a fair exchange and a balance that's taking place in your life now that is much more evident than it ever has been before. Or your ability to maintain and sustain that balance is much more at ease than it's ever been before, because you're no longer interested in controlling and comparing yourself. You're going to let yourself be, and you're going to let yourself evolve, like everyone has the right to evolve. We're animals as well. But, you know, this sense of freedom and liberation and dropping things that no longer serve you, and just in realizing that everything is just a sense of perspective and an energy shift away, and realizing that you have the power to switch your thoughts and to switch your beliefs, and to give meaning and meaning and purpose to your beliefs and your thoughts and your choices. That's all on you. So when you really fully comprehend that, you're gonna be as free as a bird, because nothing's really gonna phase you, because you're not gonna allow it to, because you're not gonna give two shits about it. So this is really about kind of finding your tribe and supporting another person. This can be a new business prospect, a new business partner, somebody that you meet that can help you out in profound ways. Or this can also mean getting deeper into the relationships you already have, including the romantic relationships. And if you're not in a romantic relationship, it can mean a great time where you're healing so profoundly and so rapidly that you may just manifest someone like instantaneously like that. Or you just may have the realization that there's always been someone in your life that you related to on this level, that now you're ready to kind of transcend borders and get into that more physical, romantic, sexual relationship with, you know. This is a really big card. I want you to really take this power and run with it. Collectively, all these cards don't really show me any opposing forces, anything that we really need to be worried about, anything that we need to bring to our psyche and our consciousness in regards to our thought patterns or our habits, or people coming in to knock us off our boat. No, that ain't happening this week, sorry. So we are dealing with a lot of water energy with the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. This is great. Take it and run with it. You may have a lot of just stimulation to make things with your hands, make things with your friends, make things, keep a journal. A journal is very important. I was just chatting with someone, a buddy I just met by the name of Conscious. And he's really dope, but I saw him like sketching somewhere at this cafe that I was having an event and a talk about. And I was like, yo, like I do that all the time. Like I really, really love your handwriting, and I love the fact that you just put everything in this book. There are like song lyrics and ideas and photos and drawings and like mathematical equations and just like everything in this tiny little portal of who you are. So it's not always the case that we have the time or the space to just really retain everything and execute everything when we want to, but we can always write things down for future notice. And this is an influence that we're getting this week, which may encourage us, motivate us to really write everything down, because it's very artistic, it's very creative, it's very innovative. Like everything that we've been living prior to these months has all been about, have been all about shedding, releasing old concepts of who you are, releasing people who still pertain to those concepts and ideas of who we were, really growing into your power, really growing into that vulnerable space that makes you want to hide. Like, I've been like freaking stuttering throughout this whole video, being like, why can't I fucking get my act together? But that's what being vulnerable is. It's just like throwing yourself into the fire and just, you know, going along with what's being presented to you and how you show up for the universe, and just owning that. Regardless of what happens and regardless of what you feel, you're just going to be honest with that. And so when you're very to the universe is going to give you a lot of stimulation. It's going to give you a lot of ideas. It's going to tell you, hey, maybe you should call this person. Hey, maybe you should get reconnected with him. Or, hey, maybe you need to write this down. Hey, maybe you want to start acting again. You want to start rapping again. Maybe you need to start, you know, eating better or moving, or participating in healing activities, or maybe you want to put all your focus in your business. You want to start a new business, or you want to sustain a new business. You want to provide new services for a new business. It's just a lot of newness that's coming in that you should embrace, because this is something that you've been cultivating and invoking for some time. So you just might as well put your arms out like that and be like, I'm ready, I'm here, give it to me. All right. Particularly with things in the past, I mean, we're still going through a big healing process. So take it one day at a time. Be compassionate with yourself. Everyone is going through something, and everyone has a valuable gemstone and wisdom and some sort of a nurturing natural essence in and of itself inside of them that they can give to others, that we can learn and exchange and balance out to heal. The Queen of Pentacles, again, I must say that even though there is a lot of water energy, like, she is solidifying things. She is making things into place. So don't think that this is going to come through you and you're going to be very flaky and you're not going to take any action on it, because she makes sure that action is firmly taken with any endeavor that you encounter on. Really don't be afraid to start building like 5-10 steps in advance. Like if you're building into the fall, you're building into the winter, because she can be about long-term investments. So to sum up everything, I also want to pull from the Isis Oracle deck. I've been using this a lot recently, and it's just amazing. It's got such magical powers. I love it. Like, I could just feel it tingling in my hand. So I want to see, what's the overall message that we most need to know this week? What is going to reawaken our spirit? Okay, that already fell out. And really align us with our own light. Okay, talismans of potency, charging sacred objects of power. Bam, this is a card. So a talisman is basically an object that you can use. It could be a stone, it could be a necklace, it can be some sort of a tangible little thing in your hands. Basically that has a profound meaning to you, a sacred meaning to you. So it could be a particular ring, it could be jewelry, it could be, you know, like a stone that you find in the street and you dedicate it to being your gratitude stone, so that every time you touch it and you put it in your pocket, every time you touch it you think about something that you're very grateful for. Or it can be a reminder of some sort of mantra or intention that you're trying to project into the stone or the object, so that whenever you see the object, it reminds you of that intention and gets you in alignment with that once more. So let's see what it has to say, because these are not tarot cards, they're oracle cards. So I'm going to read from the book, and it's always great to read from the book. So you learn a lot of information from the author and the illustrator. Talismans of potency, charging sacred objects of power. Sacred tools and objects have can become an extension of your energy field, focusing your power and attention, helping you heal the split between spirit and matter, and learning to bring physical matter more deeply into light and life. You are encouraged to work with sacred materials in a conscious way to help your own healing and enjoyment of the material world as part of your spiritual practice. Your love for the physical world of matter is a gift to the earth too. You are guided to cleanse and charge sacred objects to empower your energy field and accomplish your spiritual mission now. These objects might be a wand, a chalice, or a sword, a bowl, or even a special tile with an image that you love, a statue, cloth with beautiful designs, a natural crystal or a black mirror, or a rock, a shell, or a feather you found waiting for you whilst out in nature one day. If finding a gift in nature, it is wise to ask the spirit of the earth if the item in question is intended for your healing work, and if you feel that it is, then of course you receive it with gratitude. If not, bless it and move on. This oracle is seeking to draw your awareness to your special ability to work with material objects to awaken spiritual light within them. Okay, artists, this is a big week for you. So if you're working with anything tangible, a camera, a book, a sketchbook, paint, whatever, anything that you can really touch, just know that there's energy there that you're projecting into it that can work for you or against you. Just use it wisely. The material world is filled with light, and our loving intention can help awaken that light within form. In the same way that someone seeing the best in you, knowing what you are truly capable of, can help you reach your dreams and become that self more fully. So too can holding an awareness just like that of our bodies. The material world holds its own light and benefits from love, attention, and care. It is the loving art of integrating spirit into matter, and it is part of your spiritual potency and healing gift to be able to love the physical world as an element of your spiritual journey. Objects become talismans when they are cleansed, dedicated, and charged with sacred intent. This is consecration, or the rendering of something into sacredness. Talismans are a way to enjoy a spiritual relationship with the material world. It is not a matter of not being able to work without them, but more of enjoyment and beauty of working with the material world in a spiritual way. This is also a way to heal any difficult relationship that you may have had with your mother, your body, eating and food, or with financial or physical security. It can also include difficulties in bringing your ideas into physical form, living your path in a practical and material way, and any issues that stem from a wounded relationship to matter, somehow seeing it as less in spirit. What wonderful and varied healing effects talismans can bring to us. Okay, now it's going into all this woo-woo. It all starts with the honoring of light in matter, the sacredness of the material world. If you are considering working with crystals for healing or tarot cards for physical tools or spiritual growth, you are encouraged to do so by the Oracle of Talismans of Potency. They will help you grow and empower you. If you have an object in your space that you've been thinking of cleansing, perhaps a crystal or a piece of jewelry, I told you about jewelry, this oracle encourages to use so using breath, salt, moonlight, or sound as you so choose. Remember that objects in the material world hold vibrations too. Cleansing with love and intention to dissipate negative energy is a way to care for the material world, helping awaken the light within it. If you have been considering building sacred jewelry or purchasing a crystal or other healing tool, you are encouraged to do so and to learn to work with it. The Oracle of Talismans of Potency supports you in honoring the physical world and its beauty in your life in this way. So that's such a dope message. I really don't use my crystals as much as I should be using them. They're all scattered throughout every place that I go to. But anyway, I hope you take that information and you rock with it. That's the tarot energy forecast for this week. If you're interested in having a personal session with me, check out my website, www.myurbanillumination.com. Click on the Work With Me section, find the session that best pertains to your needs, and then hit me up. Also, we really enjoy these videos. subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter for more tips and magical ways of being. I wish you guys all the best, much love and light, and many blessings to you on your journey, and I will see y'all next week. Peace.